a middle seat by the bathroom, or a quiet spot with extra legroom. The price is exactly the same. Airlines charge thousands for better seats, but not every premium seat is worth your money. In this guide, you'll learn which economy seats offer the most value in 2025, which premium spots to avoid, and where to find hidden comfort without paying extra. From wider Airbus seats to secret infinite legroom spots, we're sharing actual seat hacks that work on every major airline. Airbus versus Boeing seats. When we talk about economy seats, the aircraft type makes a bigger difference than most people realize. Let's start with a simple fact. Airbus aircraft generally offer wider seats compared to their Boeing counterparts. This difference comes down to the actual cabin design. In most Airbus planes, you'll find seats that are about 18 inches wide, while Boeing typically provides 17 inches. That single inch might not sound like much, but on a long flight, it significantly affects comfort. The reason for this difference lies in how these manufacturers design their aircraft. Airbus A320s and A330s were built with slightly wider fuselages, allowing for those extra inches across each row. We've tested this across multiple airlines, and the pattern holds true about 80% of the time. For instance, if you're flying across the Atlantic, an Airbus A330 will typically give you more shoulder room than a Boeing 777, even in the same airline's economy class. But there's more to consider than just width. Boeing aircraft often compensate with other features. Their newer planes, like the 787 Dreamliner, have larger windows and better cabin pressure, which can make your flight more comfortable in different ways. They've also designed their overhead bins to be bigger, so you're less likely to fight for storage space. When booking your next flight, check the aircraft type. You can usually find this information during the booking process, or by using websites like Seat Guru. If you see an Airbus A320 or A330 option for a similar price as a Boeing alternative, and seat width matters to you, that Airbus choice might be worth prioritizing. Just remember that airlines can change aircraft types, so while this is good information to have, don't base your entire booking decision on it. Middle section. Most travelers automatically avoid the middle section of wide-body aircraft, but we've discovered this is often a mistake. Here's why. On planes with 333 or 343 configurations, the middle section aisle seats often provide the best economy experience, especially on long flights. Think about the typical behavior of passengers. When selecting seats, most people gravitate toward the window sections first. This means the middle seats in the center section are usually the last to fill up. By choosing an aisle seat in this section, you're maximizing your chances of having an empty seat next to you. We've tracked this pattern across hundreds of flights, and it holds true especially on less than full flights. There's also the matter of passenger movement. When you sit in an aisle seat by the windows, you'll have up to 2 people climbing over you to access the bathroom or stretch their legs. In the middle section's aisle seat, you only deal with movement from one side, and often that middle seat might be empty. Plus, you have easy access to both aisles, giving you more flexibility for movement during the flight. The middle section also tends to feel more spacious psychologically. Instead of having a cabin wall close to one side, you're in a more open area. This can make a significant difference in reducing feelings of claustrophobia during long flights. Many frequent flyers specifically request these seats for flights over 6 hours. This guide is just getting started, and we know you don't want to miss any of these money-saving seat hacks. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. We've got new travel tips coming every week that'll change how you fly. Exit row truth. Airlines love advertising exit row seats as premium options, often charging extra for them. But here's what they don't tell you. Not all exit row seats give you the same value. These seats can cost anywhere from $30 to $100 extra, but some aren't worth even half that price. Let's break down what airlines don't advertise. Many exit row seats don't recline at all. This is especially true for the rows in front of other exit rows. We've seen countless passengers pay extra only to discover they're stuck bolt upright for a 12-hour flight. The seats are also often slightly narrower than standard ones because the tray tables have to fit in the armrests. Temperature is another factor nobody talks about. Exit row seats are usually colder because you're sitting right next to the emergency exit. During winter flights, you might need an extra layer. The armrests in these rows are also fixed. They don't lift up, which can be uncomfortable for larger passengers or those who like to spread out when seats are empty. But it's not all negative. Some exit row seats, particularly those not in front of another exit row, can offer up to 6 to 8 inches of extra legroom. The best ones are usually in the last exit row position, where you get both the extra space and the ability to recline. We recommend checking specific seat reviews for your aircraft type before paying that premium. Hidden legroom spots. Let's talk about what we call unicorn seats. Those rare economy spots with business class levels of legroom. These seats exist on almost every aircraft, but airlines rarely highlight them, and some don't even charge extra for them. Behind some emergency exits, you'll find seats with no row in front. This creates an infinite legroom situation where you can fully stretch out. On many Airbus A380s, certain economy seats behind crew rest areas offer the same benefit. For example, on Singapore Airlines A380s, seat 62D has this setup, and it's often overlooked by most passengers. The catch? These seats can be tricky to find. Airlines often hide them in their booking systems, or frequent flyers snap them up quickly. But here's how to spot them. Look for unusual gaps in the seat map or rows with missing seat numbers. If you see a row with fewer seats than usual, that's often a clue. Don't let airlines keep these secrets from you. If you found this information valuable, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe now to join our travel-savvy community. We share these kinds of insider tips every single week. Window seat warnings. Not all window seats actually come with a window. This isn't just a random fluke. It's a design feature airlines don't mention during booking. Some rows have blank walls due to aircraft structural requirements, especially near the wings and towards the back of the plane. Take Ryanair's Boeing 737-800s as an example. Seat 11A is famously windowless, yet it's sold at the same price as other window seats. Similar spots exist on most aircraft types, but they're rarely marked on booking sites. We recommend checking specific seat maps before selecting your window seat. Bulkhead pros and cons. Bulkhead seats, those at the front of each cabin section, seem great at first glance. There's nobody reclining into your space, and you get extra knee room. But here's what you need to know. These seats often have hidden drawbacks. First, you can't store your bag under a seat during takeoff and landing because there's no seat in front of you. The tray tables are smaller since they're built into the armrests. These rows are also typically where airlines place bassinets for babies, which means potential noise throughout your flight. Plus, the armrests don't lift up because they contain your tray table. Timing and turbulence tips. Timing your seat selection can save you money and improve your flight experience. Many airlines release their seat maps exactly 24 hours before departure. This is when previously blocked premium seats often become available to everyone, sometimes at no extra cost. For the smoothest ride, choose seats over the wings. It's basic physics. The middle of the plane experiences less movement during turbulence. Rows 10 to 30 typically offer the most stable ride on most aircraft. The downside? Wing views aren't great for photography, but the reduced motion makes up for it, especially on bumpy routes. There you have it. The real deal about economy seats in 2025. If this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more travel secrets. Drop a comment below with your best seat experience. Until next time, happy traveling!